there's all these boundary lines. We're the ones that put those boundary lines there. But God creates the earth, and God gives the earth to humanity to care for, to look after, and of course to be our common home. And the earth is given to the whole of humanity, not just to some. We're the ones that say that this is my bit of territory and that's yours over there. And we have to remember that well, of course, governments and countries have a right to manage their borders. Ultimately, and in the first place, the earth belongs to us all. And if someone wants to escape poverty by moving from one place to another, if they're trying to escape from warfare or violence, if they're trying to escape from the effects of climate change because the land no longer produces its crop, then they have a right to do so. And we have no right to stop them. We are the ones who have determined that these people are illegal immigrants, that they are illegal migrants, that they're illegal asylum seekers. There's nothing wrong or illegal about wanting to move elsewhere in order to take your family out of poverty, to take your family to a safe haven, and to take your family to a place where you can work and support them and that they can grow without starvation. So those are labels that we place on the people, and the barriers are the barriers that we place on the earth. Yes, governments have a right. They talk about controlling our borders. We have a right to manage our borders because we are stewards of the earth. It's our common home. We have to manage it with concern of everyone in the world. Now, in 2010, there were 40 million, what the United Nations describes as forcibly displaced persons in the world. We might call them refugees or migrants. 40 million back in 2010. Now there are over 100 million. And these are people forced out of their land and out of their homes, either because of poverty, warfare, or climate change. And we have a responsibility to them. We try and put them off by putting barriers in their way or threatening to send them to Rwanda. That's not a human response to these people. These are our fellow human beings. We have to respond to them, people in need, and their dignity has to be respected. And at the same time, we also have to accept our responsibility for the situation that they are in. There are countries in the world where war's been going on forever. Yemen, Sudan, Syria. These conflicts, who keeps these conflicts going? Who supplies these conflicts with arms? And the climate change that affects so many in other parts of the world is caused by us. We are the ones in the Northern Hemisphere, in the rich countries, who are creating the pollution that's causing disruption, is causing drought, or is causing famine, or it is causing flooding elsewhere in the world. So we have a responsibility as well. We have to recognise that responsibility. So above all, we have to recognise that this is our common home, that God has given the earth to all of humanity. And we have to recognise the dignity of our fellow human beings when they are in need and stretch out a welcoming hand to help them. And I think it's quite obvious that in this country, that's something we're not really doing. And the Dungavel is a symbol of that. Thank you.